welcome to my live session. My name is Mike Meadows, and today we'll be talking about emotional intelligence. Yeah, if it's actually a continuation, it's the part two of the emotional intelligence 1.0 that we did. Okay, so if you haven't watched the part one, please. The part two is, right before this video. Yeah, it's actually related to this video. You need a part one to be able to get the whole picture of the part two. Okay, all right. Yeah, so I just got a new cut. So let me, show you guys how I look. Yeah, I know I look fly in it, and then I got myself an FC Barcelona jersey to welcome Rodri Hernandez. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you might be shaking right now. Let's get into the video. Let's get serious. Okay, so where are you? Oh boy. Yeah, so in the part one, we touched on what emotional intelligence is, and I spoke about why emotional intelligence matters. And then we talked about the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. Those were the 3 topics that we actually touched on. We talked about the concept of emotional intelligence, we talked about why it matters, and then the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. We talked about the 5 pillars. We said they are self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, social awareness, and then relationship management. That is what we said about the 5 pillars of emotional intelligence. And so today we'll go straight into the effect of emotional intelligence. Okay, we'll go straight into the effect. Yeah. If you just joined me, you're welcome to my live session. My name is Mike Meadows, and today we are doing emotional intelligence. Hi, Viet, how are you doing? Hi, Lisa Jones. So one of the effects of emotional intelligence is that you'll be able to have better decision making. Hi, how are you doing? May I know where you guys are watching me from? Better decision making. So emotions provide information, but they should not always make the final decision. Okay, so emotional intelligence allows you to acknowledge your feelings while you consider the fact. You acknowledge that, yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, I feel so pissed. But you need to consider the fact while you acknowledge your feelings, that you are hurt, you are broken, you are angry, you are happy, you're overexcited. Hi, Mary, how are you doing? So you learn to distinguish between I feel this from therefore this must be true. Good morning. Where are you watching me from? May I know where you guys are watching me from? Have you subscribed already? Please subscribe if you haven't done that. Let me add this question here. Have you subscribed yet? If you haven't done that, please do so, and trust me, we're gonna have a good time together. Something went wrong. What is wrong, bro? So I feel this from this must be true. There are 2 different things. Okay, it is true that you are feeling this, but is it actually, are you actually considering the fact? I feel so happy, bro. Rodri has been signed to FC Barcelona. I feel so happy. Does that mean I should go and drink and then drive? No, bro. That is emotional intelligence. It means that what you are feeling, you acknowledge what you are feeling, but you need to consider the fact when I go and drink and then drive, I can lose my life. and eventually I might not even get a chance to watch this Rodri that I'm happy about, this Rodri that I'm so excited about, this money that I just made, bro. Somebody made $1 million and the person just lost his life because the person had emotional unintelligence. Because of the money that you made, bro, you want to drink and then lose it. You die and another person will come and enjoy the money. Please, emotional intelligence is very important. Okay, guys, stay with me, please. So one of the another effect of emotional intelligence is that you're going to have stronger relationships. Yeah, people feel safer around individuals who can communicate without constantly exploding, without withdrawing, without manipulating, without attacking. There are people that can't even hold a conversation without raising their voice. You can have stronger relationships because you have emotional intelligence. When there's an issue, you can fix it. You can actually sit down and then talk through. You talk about the issue, you talk about the matter, you talk about whatever situation. Okay, so people can't even communicate without increasing their voice. Increase your argument. Don't raise your voice. Don't raise your voice. Just improve your argument. This and this and this is the reason why I am saying this. That is the reason why I got to this. I did this. Not just shouting, not crying. Emotional unintelligence is when we are trying to fix an issue and then you are crying. Bro, what are you crying about? I call that manipulation. You don't want us to talk about your issue, so you start crying. I don't want to mention any gender, They are found of doing that. It is manipulation, bro. So you are going to have stronger relationships if one of the effects of emotional intelligence is that stronger relationships, people are going to feel safer around individuals, around you, if you can communicate without exploding, without withdrawing, without manipulation, without attacking. People can't even communicate without trying to get violent, bro. We are just talking. We are just talking. Why do you want to involve your fist? Why do you want to fight? We are just talking about the issue. Can we sit down and talk? Can we sit down and have a conversation? Emotional intelligence will tell you that. All right, I hope you are all learning, because I'm really learning a lot. If you haven't watched the part 1, when we are done with this live, you can go and then have a feel of it, have a dose of the part 1. You really like it. So emotional stability is going to create trust, bro. Some of us are not trustworthy. If you're able to have a stable emotions, if you're not just moved by your emotions, you're not just moved, somebody pisses you off and then you draw the knife, bro, you're not stable with your emotions. You're not stable with your emotions. So emotional stability is going to create trust, and trust is going to create deeper relationships. Bro, if I were you, I would like the life. If I were you, I would share the life to a friend, to a fellow, to my lover, to my girlfriend, to my boyfriend, to my husband, to my wife, to come and learn something about emotional intelligence, because it is going to save your marriage, it is going to save your relationship, it is going to save your friendship. Yeah, let's get back into the video. So better conflict management. I said this earlier. Conflict is unavoidable, bro. Anybody, if human beings are bound to misunderstand each other, conflict is going to happen with families, with brothers, with siblings, with cousins, with extended family, with colleagues. Every relationship eventually experiences disagreement, like just what I said. But the goal is not to eliminate conflict. The goal is to handle conflict without destroying the relationship. Can we handle this conflict without the relationship being on the verge, on the edge of destroying? Can we handle this conflict? Two adults are dating and they are behaving like kids. They can't even handle a misunderstanding. Bro, emotional intelligence is going to tell you otherwise. Yes, emotional intelligent people learn to discuss the problem. rather than attack the person? Can we discuss the problem? Can we fix the issue? What is at hand? Can we really fix the issue? Can we fix what we are going through? I don't hear from you no more. Okay, you called your girlfriend at 11 p.m. and she was on another call. Can we fix the issue? Can you know why she was? Can you just ask her questions without concluding, without assuming that she was talking to another guy, that she's cheating on you, without assuming that she's having an affair? Can we fix the issue? Can we discuss the problem rather than attacking the person, bro? So another effect of emotional intelligence, we've talked about better decision making, we've talked about stronger relationship, we've talked about better conflict management. Another one is that you're going to have greater self-control. A lot of people can't even control themselves. Grown-ass men, grown-ass women, something happens and you want to break the TV, you want to fight, you are shaking. If you don't throw the first punch, you will not feel okay, bro. There is a problem. You lack emotional intelligence. If you are like that individual, you need help, bro. You need counseling. Greater self-control. You are going to become less reactive. Anybody that is emotionally intelligent is less reactive. It doesn't mean that they don't feel whatever they are going through, but they don't react. They practice the pause. I explained that in the first in the part 1. They practice the pause just after any situation, any happenings. You practice the pause. You pause. You relax for a while. After 1 hour, after 1 day, you realize that those were just adrenaline rush. You were just hyper. The way you wanted to hit the person, bro, after a day, you realize that emotions is gone. So it means if it disappears after 1 hour, after 24 hours, after 2 days, it means it wasn't real. It was just adrenaline. You were just being hyper. So you become less reactive. Someone can provoke you without controlling you. That's it. You can get provoked. You can really get pissed. Someone can criticize you without immediately destroying your confidence. I don't care how you are going to judge this life, bro. You can criticize, but you are not going to break my confidence. I'm sorry about that. My confidence is intact, bro. You can't break it. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. You can't break my confidence. Someone can disagree with you without forcing you into an emotional battle. It's okay if you don't agree with me, if you don't agree with my team, if you don't like my football club. I'm a Barcelona fan, you're a Real Madrid fan. That doesn't mean we should get into a fight. We can argue, we can have a debate for 2 hours. We can talk about trophies, we can talk about signings. We can talk about who has the best players. We can talk about Lamine Yamal and then Kylian Mbappe. But that doesn't mean that we should get into a physical fight, bro. No, that is so wrong. You can disagree with somebody without forcing each other into an emotional battle, bro. We don't need to get into a physical fight. That is freedom. If every disagreement leads you into a fight, it means you are emotionally unintelligent. I'm sorry I'm breaking this to you. I'm sorry I had to break this to you. You are emotionally intelligent, unintelligent. If every disagreement leads into a fight, leads into a fist, bro, you want to draw the weapon, you want to pick out your gun, you want to blow somebody's head, you are emotionally unintelligent. If every disagreement leads into a fight, Michael said this, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah. And the fact that you're emotionally intelligent, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You can work on it. You can work on how to become, emotionally intelligent. I believe we'll get to that session. So the last effect is that there's going to be stronger leadership. You have stronger leadership if you are a leader and you are emotionally intelligent, bro. The people you are leading will feel your aura. They will feel it. Your aura will be 1,000 raised to the power, oh boy, 10. You have a stronger leadership because you'll not be moved with emotions. No, bro. People don't only follow competence, they follow emotional stability. A leader who panics under pressure spreads panic. The leader is bro, why are you panicking? What's the worst that could happen? Why are you panicking? Why are you afraid? Bro, I'm not afraid. Nah, bro, why are you afraid? You can be nervous a little bit, but don't be shaking, don't be panicking. What is going to happen, bro? You won't die. So, a leader who panics under pressure is gonna spread panic. Yeah, I wish you'd listen to me. A leader who remains composed creates confidence, bro. You need to compose, have composure. Regardless of what's going on, regardless of the happenings, a great leader, a leader that has emotional intelligence, is going to remain composed. Leadership, therefore, requires more than intelligence. Wow. It requires emotional mastery. So if you are going to be a leader, you need to be emotionally you need to master your emotions. If you are going to lead your life, anybody is a potential leader. You are leading your life. Before you need to be able to lead a group of people, you should be able to lead your life. Some people can't even lead their own life. They can't lead their family. They can't lead their group. They can't lead their peer. They can't lead their circle, bro. You need to be emotionally intelligent. So let's talk about advantages of emotional intelligence. You're going to become harder to manipulate. You will be harder to manipulate. It will be hard for somebody to manipulate you. When there's an issue with your girlfriend and then you are trying to talk the issue and then she's crying, bro, why are you crying? Because it is going to be hard to manipulate. She can't manipulate you. You are emotionally intelligent. The one that is emotionally unintelligent will be like, yo, let's cut this shit. Like, let's end it. Yeah, let's forget about what happened. But the emotionally intelligent person will let you finish crying and you are still going to talk about the issue. And we'll see whether you cry again. Yeah. I know you feel sorry, but don't cry. Don't cry. Finish, wipe your tears, and let's talk about the issue. That is emotional intelligence. You are going to become harder to manipulate. When you understand your emotional triggers, people have less power to control you through them. When you understand that you are easily triggered, I know what triggers me. So people have less power to control me, bro. You are going to be able to communicate more effectively. You will communicate more effectively if you are emotionally intelligent. Wow. You will learn when to speak, how to speak, and when silence is wiser. Some people don't know when to speak, how to speak, and when silence is the wisest decision. When to speak is different from how to speak it. People know when to speak, but they don't even know how to speak. They just talk anyhow. They are going to add more problem to the problem rather than providing a solution. That is wrong. That is not emotional intelligence. You should be able to know when to speak, how to speak, and then know when silence is the wisest decision. Bro, it's not everything that needs a reaction. It's not everything that needs your energy. You don't waste your energy on unnecessary things. On things that don't remit it. Things that you don't even need your energy, bro. But you're always burnt out. You're always burnt out, bro. Because you are wasting your energy on unnecessary things. Stay with me, please. You'll be able to handle criticism better, bro. You can criticize me. I know how to handle it. Emotionally intelligent people would be able to handle criticism better. So instead of immediately becoming defensive, you ask whether there is something useful in the feedback. Emotionally intelligent people, they don't want to defend immediately. The way you want to, why? Bro, I need to ask you some questions, man. You are going to be you'll be able to recover faster. If you're emotionally intelligent, you will recover faster. If a lady breaks your heart, bro, you will heal faster. I don't care how deep you were in love. Your emotions, your intelligence that you have about emotion, your emotional intelligence will tell you to recover faster, because there are more ladies and there's pro. You don't be the people that are going to avoid every other relationship because their first relationship didn't work out. No, bro, I'm sorry. That is very wrong. Just stay with me for a minute. That is very wrong. That is very wrong. If one relationship failure makes you avoid every other relationship, makes you avoid every other person in your circle, I'm sorry, you don't know who you are sucking. You don't know who you are avoiding. Maybe that next relationship, irrespective, regardless of the failed past relationship, maybe the next one is the one that is going to work. That next guy is going to be the sweetest, most romantic, most understanding guy you would ever meet. And then because of what? Because of your emotionally unintelligence. Because of your emotional unintelligence, you push this guy away, claiming something that is not even rational. That my past relationship messed me up, so I'm not going to any more relationship. Bro, you are going to lose. Trust me. The fact that some women are exploiting some guys doesn't mean that every woman is the same, bro. I don't know how many times I need to raise this. I need to sound this alarm. People are trying to be racist, like, bro, don't get a white woman, don't do this, don't get a black man, bro. If that is what you want, dear white woman, dear black woman, dear white man, dear black man, if you are drawn to the opposite um skin color, bro, go for it. If that is what you want, don't listen to what people are going to say. For all you know, you would experience true love from your opposite skin rather than from the skin that you're white man, so you think you would experience love from true love from a white woman. Maybe what if a white woman is going to be the woman that is going to break you totally? What if you are going to experience true love from a black woman? What if you are going to experience true love from the white woman? What if you are going to experience true love from a white man? Bro, you need to be open for whatever that's coming your way. You need to be open. You are going to recover faster. Advantages. Emotional intelligence doesn't prevent disappointment. It prevents disappointment from becoming your permanent residence. I spoke about this, bro. Don't make disappointment become your permanent residence. No, bro. Don't let it become a permanent residence. It doesn't pay any rent in your life. Just let it go, man. You are going to develop stronger boundaries. Stronger boundaries. Your emotional intelligence will help you to develop stronger boundaries. You learn that being kind does not require tolerating everything. Oh, yeah, I need to hit this hard. The fact that you are kind doesn't mean you need to tolerate every disrespect. It doesn't mean you need to tolerate any cock and boost or any Tom, Dick, and Harry. No, bro. People are going to use your kindness as a weakness. They will mistaken it as a weakness. So emotional intelligence will teach you to not let your kindness tolerate every other thing. Don't tolerate anything. Don't don't tolerate anything just because you are kind. No, bro. You need to be selective with what you tolerate. You need to be selective with the people you even help. You need to be selective. Don't just help people because they need help. Help people whose mind are transformed. People, when you grant them help, it will cause a positive change. Not just anybody. There are people that if you help them, bro, you're just wasting your time because their mind is even a problem. Their mindset is a big problem. So, yeah, I don't know if I was being sarcastic or yeah, I apologize if from the beginning, from the part one to the part two, if I've ever sounded disrespectful or I've ever sounded harsh, I don't know. I was only trying to say the truth. Yeah, I apologize, bro. Please don't take it, Yeah. So you'll begin you'll become more self-aware. You'll begin to recognize the patterns that previously controlled you. Emotional intelligence will make you recognize the patterns that previously controlled you. You realize that okay, I easily get angry. So right now, when I become angry, I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna need space. I'm gonna require space. There are people that can't deal with the situation right away. They need some time to be able to process it. And there are people that don't care. They'll handle it. So you need to know who you are. You need to know what is going to work for you, what is going to trigger whatever. You need to know what is going to work for you, what is going to be the best and suitable way to go forward in doing things. Emotional intelligence. So, um, so emotional intelligence does not mean being weak, bro. It doesn't mean that you should be weak. It's a major understanding. It's a major misunderstanding. Sorry, people misunderstand emotional intelligence from being weak. No, bro. Some people believe strength means never showing emotion. Strength means never showing emotion. Bro, if you feel like crying, you should cry. Tears are going to help you to readjust, to re strategize, to bounce back, to move again. If you feel angry, bro, get angry. But emotional intelligence will tell you not to let your anger make you do stupid things, make you do things that you're gonna regret. That is what I mean by emotional intelligence. I don't mean don't get angry. I don't mean don't cry. Don't show emotion. No. Strength is not shouting louder either. Strength is not suppressing everything. Strength is not pretending that nothing hurts. Real strength is able to experience powerful emotions without allowing them to destroy your values. That's what I just said. Make sure that whatever you're gonna do is not gonna destroy your values. It's not gonna make you go beyond your values, go against your values. It's not gonna make you regret. That is the word I use. It's not gonna make you regret your decision. So a man can admit he's hurt and still remain composed, bro. You can be broken-hearted and still show up at work. Doesn't mean that you are weak. It doesn't mean that you are the most strongest. It means you are emotionally intelligent. It means that you are composed, even though you are hurt, even though you are broken, you are still composed. So a woman can acknowledge fear and still move forward. Bro, I know you're afraid, but move. Emotional intelligence is gonna make you, even though you are afraid, you take that decision. Even though you are afraid, you start that business. That is emotional intelligence. Even though you are afraid, bro, you still go, you still move. So a leader can admit uncertainty without losing credibility. Don't lose your credibility, bro, over an issue. No, don't lose it. Vulnerability and weakness are not identical. You can be vulnerable and not be weak. You can show vulnerability, bro. You can show vulnerability and still not show any sign of weakness. You pick yourself together and then you go again. You pick yourself together and then you try again, regardless of what broke you, what didn't work out, what ended up in total failure. You pick yourself up and then you try again. Bro, there's nobody on this life right now, but I'm picking myself up. I'm trying to record this because once upon a time, the world is going to hear me. The world is going to listen. The world is going to need this message. So there's one person, there's two people listening to you, doesn't mean you should end it. What if what you are saying makes sense? What if what you are saying is valuable? Somebody needs what you are saying, what you are preaching. Somebody needs your story. Bro, don't give up. Somebody needs it. Somebody needs it. Your blueprint. Somebody needs it. The emotional honesty can require enormous courage, bro. Let's talk about the dangers of emotional suppression. So there's a difference between regulating emotion and burying emotion. Listen to me, please. Don't bury the emotions. Regulate them. Regulate them. When I say regulation, I mean you're gonna be like, I felt this, and I'll process it appropriately. I feel that I'm brokenhearted, but I'm gonna process it appropriately. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna let it out. But suppression is gonna let you know that I refuse to acknowledge that I'm broken. I'm a tough guy. I'm strong. I'm a hard guy, bro. You and your hardness. Do you know what is going to happen to to you and your hardness? I'm a hard guy. I'm a hard guy. No woman will be able to break me. That is suppression. No woman can break my heart. That is suppression. You are lying, bro. You haven't fallen in love yet. You haven't fallen in love yet, bro. I refuse to acknowledge this. That is suppression. That is suppression talking. That is emotional suppression at display, at full display. So suppressed emotion don't necessarily disappear. They can emerge later through resentment. They can emerge later through irritability, bro. Every small thing you're angry, you're irritated. They can emerge later through withdrawal. They can emerge later through unhealthy relationships or destructive behaviors. I mentioned this earlier. So you don't have to obey every emotion, but you should learn to listen to what your emotions are communicating. Learn to listen to what your emotions are communicating. Learn to listen to them. What is your emotion trying to communicate? Do you need a recharge? Do you need to go to the beach? Do you need a massage? Do you need to do a hobby that is going to let you process things? Do you need to go swimming? Do you need to go skating? Do you need to go hiking? Do it, bro. If it's going to help you process it. Do you need to go to the gym? Bro, when I'm going through pain, that is when I train more. I put the pain in the gym. And then I raise the metals. While I'm lifting all my pains away. When I'm going through the most pain, that is when I truly work out more, bro. Because I'm going through stuff. I don't know what you use to release pain. I don't know what you use to release disappointment. I don't know what you use to release, heartbreaks. So emotional intelligence and anger. Anger is not automatically bad. Anger can signal that something feels wrong. The problem is what happens next. Before reacting, ask what exactly am I angry about? Is this about the present situation or something older? What outcome do I really want from this anger? Will my response solve the problem or create another problem? Sometimes walking away is wiser than winning the argument. Sometimes walking away is wiser than winning the argument. I love this. I'm going to post myself in use this caption. Sometimes walking away is wiser than winning the argument. People don't even know when to walk away. They want to win the argument regardless of what. Oh boy, what if you lose the argument? What's gonna happen? You're not gonna die, bro. You're not going to die when you lose the argument. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Sometimes silence is wiser than immediate speech. Silence. Sometimes a conversation needs to happen, but not while both people are emotionally overwhelmed. Sometimes a conversation needs to happen. Yes, pause, practice the pause, practice the pause. So emotional intelligence and rejection. Rejection can attack your identity, bro. If you allow it, it will attack your identity. What rejection is gonna do? It's gonna attack your identity. So someone saying no does not automatically mean that you are worthless. Someone saying no does not mean that you are going to amount to nothing. No, bro. It means something that will work out in that particular situation. That doesn't mean that it won't work out in every situation. It won't work out in your entire life. No, that particular situation, the person is saying no. That rejection there doesn't mean you'll be rejected your whole life. No, bro. Something about your life is gonna work out. It's gonna pick it. You need to discover. You need to identify. All right. So it means something didn't work out. Emotional intelligent people separate an outcome from their identity. You need to know that this is just an outcome and it's not who I am and it's not my identity. No, bro. I only failed that exams. That doesn't mean I am a failure. That is not my identity. That is because maybe probably I didn't study well. Probably I forgot to to write the answers. Probably I chose the wrong answers. And then I failed. That doesn't mean I am a complete failure, bro. An outcome is not your identity. Don't put your outcomes in the same scale as your identity. You're a winner, bro. That is your identity. You're a pattern setter. That is your identity. You're a pattern breaker. You're a pace setter. You're a trailblazer. You are going to change the status quo. That is your identity. What nobody has ever done, that is what you are going to do. That is your identity. Not failure. No rejection. No, bro. No, bro. This is it. You can become rejected without becoming rejection. You can be rejected without becoming rejection. You can lose without becoming a loser. You can fail without becoming a failure. Don't make the outcome your identity. You should be able to separate an outcome from the identity. You can fail without becoming a failure, bro. I don't care how many times I failed. I don't care how many times life comes at me, bro. My identity doesn't change. My identity remains constant. My identity remains constant that I am strong, I am wise. My intelligence quotient is high, my IQ is high. I am knowledgeable. I am emotionally intelligent. That is my identity. I am the most sweetest, most romantic. Yeah, let's continue. Sorry, um, my phone go. So where was I? Yeah, you can fail without becoming a failure. I was talking about who I am. Yeah, I said I'm the most handsome. I don't care about your opinion. You should say that to yourself most often. I'm the most beautiful. You should say that to yourself as a lady. I'm the most beautiful lady. the world has ever experienced, the world has ever known. I'm the most handsome guy. I'm the most sweetest guy. I'm the most romantic guy. I'm the most lovely guy. That is my identity. Whether you like it or not, you should have that at the back of your mind. It should be registered in your subconscious that this is your identity. So if anybody says otherwise, bro, that is not who I am. If you tell me I'm ugly, bro, I know you're lying, bro. If you tell me I'm a failure, I know you're lying because I've told myself countless times that I'm a winner, and that is my identity. That has registered in my subconscious. My whole being knows that I'm a winner. That everything I touch is gonna be blessed. Everything I start, I finish. Everything I do works out. I produce results. That is your identity. That is what you should be telling yourself. Not telling yourself that you're a win, you're a loser, you failed and what. Nah, bro, don't do that. So let's talk about emotional intelligence and then criticisms. So not all criticisms is valuable. Not all criticism is meaningless either. Emotional intelligence teaches you to evaluate criticisms rather than automatically accept it or reject it. So you need to evaluate whatever, and whoever is criticizing. Is this person criticizing from a point of envy, or is there something he really wants me to do that I'm not doing? You need to understand that. You need to evaluate. So ask, is there any truth here? Is there any truth? Can this make me better? Is this criticism going to make me better? Does this person have relevant knowledge? Some people are criticizing because there's nothing up there. I'm sorry. Are they trying to help me, or they're simply trying to hurt me? So you need to take useful information, discard unnecessary poison. Take useful information and discard unnecessary poison. Sorry. So emotional intelligence and relationships. Relationships require more than attraction, bro. I am sorry I have to put this to you. Relationship is gonna it requires more than attraction. Not just looks, not just big breast, big butt. No, bro, not BBL. Relationship requires more than just attraction. They require emotional responsibility. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know whether we can have a part three. I don't know if we can have a part three. Emotional intelligence requires more than attraction. Not just beauty, not just BBL, like I said earlier. You need to know how to apologize. If your relationship is gonna last longer, you need to learn, you need to know how to apologize, you need to know how to listen, you need to know how to disagree respectfully, you need to know how to communicate expectations. Don't just brag, hey bro, I'll buy this building. Don't just brag. You need to know how to communicate expectations. You need to know how to establish boundaries. You need to know how to recognize when someone needs your support. Oh boy, I think I need to break this down really well. Like, you need to know how to take responsibility for your own behavior. You cannot demand emotional maturity from everyone else while refusing to develop it yourself. Boy, let's stay here. Let's stay here. Yeah. Tomorrow we are going to talk about the emotionally intelligent person. I think we can end this. Yeah. Tomorrow is going to be the emotionally intelligent person. Emotional intelligence and relationships. Let me stay with it for the next 60 minutes. It is going to require more than attraction, bro. You are not going to be you are not going to I don't know how to break this. You are not going to have an intercourse with your wife every day. You can't have an intercourse every day, every minute. Nah, bro, you will eventually get tired. The attraction is going to fade. What you need is emotional intelligence, her emotional much responsibility, his emotional responsibility. It is going to require more than sex. Marriage is going to require more than an affair, an intercourse. It goes beyond that. You need to know how to apologize. Emotional intelligence in relationship. You need to know how to apologize. Some people can't even say sorry, bro. Some people feel they are the head of the family. They can't apologize, bro. That is very wrong. Young king, that is very wrong. Don't follow what your grandparents what they did, man. Nah, in Africa, that is a typical African, culture. Some parents can't even apologize to their kids. The fact that you are saying sorry to your son doesn't mean that he's the boss now. No, bro. It means you're emotionally matured. It means you're emotionally intelligent. When the son deserves a sorry, bro, you need to give him that sorry. Give him what he deserves. That is why I love the Western, some part this part of them. How they love their kids, how they apologize to their kids, how they bond with their kids. A man that screams at a kid and then he says, I'm sorry for screaming at you. African setting, oh boy. They go beat you, they will shoot you in addition. You are demanding for apology, bro. Get the hell out of here. We need to change this narrative. We know better. We know better now. We know better now. Dear Africans, we know better now. Let's show our children love. Let's show them that we see them, we respect their feelings, we respect their emotions. When a kid needs an apology, come on, give it to him or her, give it to her. I'm sorry for invading your space. I'm sorry. Will you forgive me? Come on, your child is gladly going to forgive you. So, you need to know how to apologize. This is what I was saying, bro. You need to know how to listen. People can't even listen to their partners. You can't listen to a conversation. Know how to listen. My guys, young kings, let me give you a cheat code. How to win a lady. Know how to listen. Just listen to her. Women like to talk. Know how to listen to her. Listen to her, bro. Yes, let her talk or let her do all the talking. Just listen. Just listen. She's going to ask you questions. And when she asks you questions and you are not able to answer, bro, you are cooked. You are cooked. She has been talking for an hour and you haven't heard anything, bro. You are cooked. Do you know somebody didn't listen to the wife when she was talking and then they ended the marriage? People can end marriages on some flimsy excuses, bro. You have no idea. So if you want to protect your relationship, you need to do all of these things. You need to know how to listen. Please listen to your wife. She wants you to just listen to her. Wives, please listen to your husbands. Please listen to your boyfriends. Please listen to your fiancés. Listen to them. Know how to disagree. I spoke at this about this earlier in the part one. Know how to disagree. Don't disagree by increasing your voice. No, bro. Just improve your argument. I'm speaking on a tone now because I want it to enter into your skull. I want you to grasp this. I want you to get this very well. Very, get this once and for all. You should know how to communicate expectations. Know how to communicate expectation. Okay, I expect you to be this. I expect you not in a bad manner, bro. Don't not in a disrespectful way. You expect her to be polite. You expect her to behave well. Just communicate your expectations. from the relationship. Your do's and don'ts, what you like and your dislikes. Just communicate. They are your expectations. That is what you are expecting your spouse to exhibit. Just communicate to them to her in a sensible way, in a calm manner. Like the way I'm talking to you, I'm talking calmly because this is what how I want you guys to communicate with your fiancés. Know how to establish boundaries, bro. Know how to establish boundaries. Know how to establish boundaries. A relationship without boundaries is going nowhere. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You should know where to draw the line. Just draw the line. Don't do this. If you do this, bro, you've gone overboard. You've broken a boundary. Just know how to establish boundaries. Know how to recognize when someone needs your support, bro. When your partner is going through something emotionally, you should know that they are going through something. Some of you don't even know whether your husband, you don't even know the mood changes of your spouse. That is very wrong. That is very bad. You should know whether they are in a happy mood, whether they are sad, whether they are thinking, whether they are overthinking, whether they are stressing, whether something is bothering them, and then know how to support them emotionally. You should be there for them, call them, talk to them. Let them know that you are with them, regardless of what is going on. Let them know that you are going to be there for them. It's you and her, or it's you and him against the world. Let her know this. Let him know this. You are being there emotionally. You are supporting him emotionally with this kind of conversations. Do you know how he's going to feel when you tell him, babe, it's me and you against the world. I don't care who says what. It's me and you against the world. Hi, honey. It's me and you against the world. Okay? Regardless of what you're going through, you can talk to me. You can talk to me first. You can talk to me. You're stressing. You're down. You're broken. You're sad. You're overthinking. You can talk to me anytime. Let's talk. I might not be able to support you financially, but emotionally, bro, I'm gonna be there for you. You should know and what I'm talking about is not just relationships, not just not just relationships. Yeah, friendship is a relationship. Not just marriage or dating, courtship and all that. Even in friends, you should know when your friends are going through pain. You should know when your friends are going through something. You should be there for them. You should be there for your friend. You claim this girl is your best friend, but she's going through stuff and you didn't even get a chance to pick a phone and then call her. You claim you're busy, bro. You're a bad friend. I'm sorry I'm telling you this. You're a bad friend. If a friend is going through a heartbreak, if a friend is going through something and you're not there for them, that is a characteristic of a bad friend. And that is not good. You should change. Know when to be there for your friends emotionally. Support them. Your boss is having a bad day. Come on. Hello, sir. Is there anything you want me to do? Do you want me to get you tea? Do you want me to do this for you? Do you want me to do this for you? Do you want me to run an errand for you? Be there for people. Be there for your relationship. I don't care what relationship that is. Whether a friend relationship, a friendly relationship, whether, hi, how are you doing? You should be there. You should be there for your partner emotionally. You should be there for your friends. You should be there for your siblings, your brothers, your sisters. You should be there for them. Your circle, you should be there for them. It's been a while, Amir Afnan. How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. I hope you had a good weekend. You should know how to take responsibilities for your own behaviors. Bro, I need to increase the volume on this. You should know how to take the responsibilities. You should know how to take the responsibility for your behavior. Yeah, I messed up. I take full responsibility. Don't run away from your mess, bro. Just take responsibility. You should know when to take accountability. It's very important. So anybody that is emotionally intelligent doesn't run away from responsibility. They don't run away from their mess. They fix their mess. They accept that they put themselves in this mess. They accept it. People try to point fingers and they can't even fix whatever they put themselves through or somebody through. No. Know how to take responsibility for your own behavior. My money is finished because I wasted it on unnecessary stuff. I take responsibility, bro. I was drinking Laban every day. I used my money for sneakers. Yes, I take full responsibility. Next month, I'm gonna do better. And you work hard. You try to do better, like you said. You try to stick to your plan. I wasted all my money on outing. For quad bike. Wasted all my money on what? What did I waste my money on? Don't blame people for your failures. No. Know how to take responsibility for your bad behaviors. Know how to take responsibility for the mess you created. You pushed her away, bro. She was trying to be close. You pushed her away. You pushed her away. Know when to take responsibility. You need to know how to take responsibility for your mess. You cannot demand emotional maturity from everyone else while refusing to develop it yourself, bro. Some people they are demanding emotional maturity from people. Meanwhile, they are not even emotionally matured. They are not practicing what they are preaching. Bro, as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. The Lord is going to help us to practice everything that we've touched. So today we talked about, what did we talk about? Do you remember what we talked about today? In this video, we the effect of the effect of emotional intelligence. We talked about the advantages of emotional intelligence. We talked about the fact that emotional intelligence doesn't make you weak. We talked about the fact that the dangers of emotional suppression. Suppressing your emotions can be very dangerous. We talked about emotional intelligence and anger. We talked about emotional intelligence and rejection. We talked about emotional intelligence and criticism. We talked about emotional intelligence in relationships. You need to watch the whole video, the full video. We talked about emotional intelligence. Yeah, in relationships. That's where we ended. So tomorrow I'm gonna come on live and we're gonna talk about the emotionally intelligent person. I can't wait for tomorrow, guys. The emotionally intelligent person. So if you've watched up to this state, I love you guys so much. Thank you. You are the reason why I keep on going. You are the reason why I'm not gonna stop. And yeah, if today's your first time, please subscribe. If you feel this information is helpful, please like, please share, please comment. I want to know your feedback, guys. I want to know whether you guys are actually learning something from this series. I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, congratulations to Barcelona. Bye. I'm ending the live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Peace. I'm out.